Hey friends, Teacher Kayla here, and today we are talking all about Barbie. Have you seen the new movie yet? I just went this past weekend, and let me tell you, there is more there than meets the eye. America Ferrera's speech in particular has resonated with women all around the globe. And today we are going to be breaking that down in our news lesson. Are you ready to get started? All right, let's go. So as usual, I do have a free PDF for you. The link is down in the description. So make sure to pick that up. It'll have all of the new vocabulary from today's lesson and some other fun activities in there for you to enjoy and to get a little extra practice. Okay, so we are going to look at our article now. The title of this article is Why America Ferrera's Barbie Monologue Resonates with Women. All right, so let's look at a couple of the words here. Monologue. So a monologue is a long speech by one actor in a play or movie or by a person as part of a theatrical or broadcast program. So it is basically a speech by one person, and it stands out. They have a whole moment by themselves to make this speech. And in this Barbie movie, America Ferrera did have her moment to have her speech and speak her monologue. For example, America Ferrera's monologue was very empowering to women. The next word I want to look at is resonates. Resonate means that it connects with or affects someone at a deep or personal level. So her monologue, her speech, resonated with women. It touched them at a personal level. And then the subtext we have here is across social media, women have been sharing the text of a speech Ferrera's character gives to Barbie during the film. Warning, spoilers for Barbie ahead. So I guess I do need to give that warning right now that we might read some spoilers for the movie. Spoilers are a piece of information that can reduce or spoil the surprise of a piece of media. Media, of course, is a book or a show or a movie, right? So I don't want to spoil this for you, but there might be some spoilers in this story. There's nothing too big, to be honest, but I just want to let you know about that because the article does say that. All right, and if you don't know, this is the beautiful America Ferrera right here on the screen. All right, so moving on. Barbie has dominated social media since its wide release on Friday. But one moment in particular has become a rallying call for the women who've seen the film. If you dominate something, it means you have the power or influence over something. Okay, so it says Barbie has dominated social media or has influenced social media since its wide release on Friday. But one moment in particular has become a rallying call. When we say rallying, we're saying that people are coming together. It is the action of this, coming together for a cause or for an action. They are in the action, they are doing it. So this has given women a reason to get together and make noise or rally together because of this monologue. All right, let's look at the next paragraph. The text of a speech given by America Ferrera's character, Gloria, about the expectations women are held to has been shared across social media by women of all ages, many of them saying they feel the monologue outlines the challenges women face under the patriarchy. the text of a speech given by America Ferrera's character Gloria about the expectations. Okay, so expectations are what a person believes will happen or how they believe something should be. This says the text of a speech given by America Ferrera's character Gloria about the expectations women are held to. The expectations that women are held to are like how people believe that women should act or what people believe women should be like. The expectations women are held to has been shared across social media by women of all ages, many of them saying they feel the monologue outlines the challenges women face under the patriarchy. So, a patriarchy is a social system in which men hold primary power. This monologue talks about how difficult it is for women to live in that sort of environment. Okay, and as we scroll down, you can see a copy of this monologue. So let's just read the monologue really quickly. It is literally impossible to be a woman. You are so beautiful. This is Gloria speaking to Barbie. You are so beautiful and so smart, and it kills me that you don't think you're good enough. Like, we have to always be extraordinary, great, amazing. But somehow we're always doing it wrong. You have to be thin, but not too thin, and you can never say you want to be thin. You have to say you want to be healthy. But you also have to be thin. You have to have money, but you can't ask for money because that's crass or rude. You have to be a boss, but you can't be mean. You have to lead, but you can't squash other people's ideas. You're supposed to love being a mother, but don't talk about your kids all the time. You have to be a career woman, but always be looking out for other people. You have to answer for men's bad behavior, which is insane or crazy. But if you point that out, you're accused of complaining. You're supposed to stay pretty for men, but not so pretty that you tempt them too much or that you threaten other women, because you're supposed to be part of the sisterhood. But always stand out and always be grateful. But never forget that the system is rigged. So find a way to acknowledge that, but always be grateful. You have to never get old, never be rude, never show off, never be selfish, never fall down, never fail, never show fear, never get out of line. It's too hard. It's too contradictory, and nobody gives you a medal or says thank you. And it turns out, in fact, that not only are you doing everything wrong, but also everything is your fault. I'm just so tired of watching myself and every single other woman tie herself into knots so that people will like us. And if all of that is also true for a doll just representing women, then I don't even know. And that is the speech that hit home for so many women. And just like this person is saying, reading this like it's my Bible. Basically, that's saying it's reading it like it is my religion or it is that sacred to me. And everyone is saying how amazing and how right on that is. So let's continue with our article. The speech has especially resonated, remember that word, resonated, with Latina women who appreciate that Ferrara was the messenger of this resonant movie moment. So we used resonated, resonant. Again, that just means that you feel connected to it. So Latina women are saying they feel connected to this because Ferrara, as a Latina woman, is representing them in this moment. In Barbie, after the titular Barbie played by Margot Robbie, returns to Barbie Land with Gloria and her daughter Sasha, played by Ariana Greenblatt. She's devastated to find the Kens have taken over and brainwashed the rest of the Barbies. Titular just means like the main character. So after the main character, Barbie returns home with Gloria and her daughter. She's devastated. So devastated means like she's very sad or very upset. So she's very sad or upset to find that the Kens have taken over and brainwashed the rest of the Barbies. If they have been brainwashed, then they have been forced or tricked to believe a certain way that someone wants them to believe. The other Barbies and Kens have been brainwashed to believe a certain way. So Barbie sobs. Sobs just means she cries really loud or like really big. It's like a big cry. Cry a lot or loud. So Barbie sobs, telling Gloria that she feels she'll never be good enough, right? Which is when Gloria launches into a monologue or jumps into her monologue, starts the monologue about the contradictions of womanhood. And the contradictions that you probably heard some of those contradictions in the monologue earlier. Contradictions are statements or situations that are inconsistent, meaning that they don't really make sense together. In the monologue, they say, you need to be thin, but not too thin. So it contradicts itself. You should be a boss, but not ask people to do things. Or, it's saying one thing, which means this thing here, but then saying something else. That's a contradiction. If you say one thing, but you mean something else, or you say something else that doesn't add up, then that is a contradiction. This article goes into the monologue just a little bit here. It says, "It is literally impossible to be a woman. You are so beautiful and so smart, and it kills me that you don't think you're good enough," Gloria tells Barbie. "Like, we have to always be extraordinary, but somehow we're always doing it wrong." She then goes on to talk about how women are expected to be thin, but not too thin. There's that contradiction. And to have money, but you can't ask for money because that's crass, that's rude or insensitive. There's another contradiction. And to be a boss, but you can't be mean. Another contradiction. Gloria runs through the series of contradictions and expectations, finally coming to the final solution or thought, that she is tired of watching herself and every single other woman tie herself into knots so that people will like us. Tying ourselves into knots or running ourselves ragged is another phrase that is sometimes used. It just means that we try so hard to meet these expectations that society sets for women, and it is almost impossible to do. Actually, it is impossible to do. We can't please everyone with every movement, and I'm sure it's not just women that feel this way, but I think a lot of women do feel this way because this monologue really spoke to a lot of women all over the world. We go on to say, "And if all of that is also true for a doll just representing women, then I don't even know," she finishes. So she's saying, I don't even know what to think or what to say if this perfect, beautiful doll is having these issues, then what does that say for me? What do I do? Right? The scene felt like a truth Ferrara had always known, she told the Los Angeles Times. So she's always felt this way. She understands that feeling. There's no woman in my life who those words aren't true for, Ferrara told the Times. Not a single one. And when we hear the truth, it hits in a certain way. And you can't unhear it, right? Director Greta Gerwig said Ferrara was the right person to deliver the remarks in the film because America's us. So Greta is saying that America represents all of us. America Ferrara, not America the country. She goes on to say, America has lived in the world as a person and can kind of articulate all of this. Articulate or say it well. Barbie just got the flat feet yesterday, Gerwig explains to the Times. So she means Barbie has been living in this dream world and everything has been perfect for her. Just yesterday or recently that she got the flat feet and she learned what the real world was like and what it was like to have imperfections. Still, Ferrara said she felt her role in the film was a miracle. She goes on to say, that kind of thing doesn't often happen for Latinas in this industry, in the movie industry. There are so few roles created for us, and it's not in $100 million movies that are about cultural icons, she said. Ferrara told Vanity Fair the scene took 2 days and between 30 to 50 takes to film. A take is a recorded scene in a show or movie. It took 30 to 50 takes to film. It took 30 to 50 times to get it right, or the way that they wanted it to be. On social media, the moment has become a touchstone for women who feel that the speech perfectly articulates, appropriately says in the right way, articulates silent expectations they have been forced to contend with. On social media, the moment has become a touchstone. So a touchstone moment is a standard or criteria against which something is judged. So basically, it's the standard that we look to judge something against or to see where something falls against it. On social media, this monologue has become a touchstone moment for women, or a standard for women who feel that that speech perfectly articulates or says what the silent expectations they have been forced to contend with. And let's look at the word contend. When we say contend, we mean to struggle. This articulates or says well the expectations that we have struggled with. This is what the inside of my brain sounds like every day. The movie depicts womanhood like nothing I've seen before, one person tweeted. Another person posted, this monologue could have either made or broken the film. I'm so serious. I am so glad it was perfect. I was sobbing. Remember, sobbing is crying. And this person said it could have made or broken the film, meaning that this moment could have either made it a success or made it a failure. If it makes or breaks something, it succeeds or fails. So that monologue could have either made it succeed or made it fail. And then the person said, I'm so serious. So it's just a way to show emphasis. I am so glad it was perfect. I was sobbing. I was crying. Again, showing that emotion or that emphasis to what they're saying. One person wrote the speech needed to be printed off, read daily and taught in school. While many said the speech was an important, powerful moment, others called it corny, meaning if something is corny, then they're saying it's like a joke, like a bad joke. Cheesy or corny, it's goofy. Like you think of like a dad joke if you've ever heard that. But they say that it is, kind of cheesy or corny. And they claimed it amounted to Feminism 101. Feminism is a way to empower women, and it is women supporting other women. Sometimes people like to think that this is women looking down on men or talking bad about men, but that's not necessarily true. A woman can be a feminist without looking down on men or pointing fingers at men for being the bad guys. This is just a way for women to support other women and to show that they are, I don't know, I guess just to really give some respect to each other. It's just a way to show that respect for each other and show that support for other women. But in this way, they use it in a bad way. They're saying that this is Feminism 101 and it's just women hating on men. I'm going to say something controversial, but people who are amazed by this monologue are people who have never thought critically about feminism or being a woman before, one person tweeted. So they are also saying something bad. While most people thought that this was powerful, I thought that it was very powerful and special too. And while most people did, this person is saying that they're going to say something controversial. They want to say something controversial. And when they say this, they are saying something that is controversial is, I guess it's kind of risky, of public disagreement. It's something that probably most people will disagree with, might cause controversy or a lot of debates or arguments over this. So this person is saying they're going to say something controversial, but people who are amazed by this monologue are people who have never thought critically or really thought about feminism or being a woman before. So I don't know that that's true. I think that you can still have had these thoughts before, but it's nice to hear someone say them out loud and to draw attention to that and just to have a moment where that you are able to share with other women around the world that feeling that you all have deep in your gut. Still, many who saw the film said the monologue will resonate or stay with them deeply with them long after Barbie leaves theaters. So even after the movie is gone, it's no longer in theaters, then some people will still remember that monologue. I started sobbing when I realized how big of a role America Ferrara had in the Barbie movie. I loved my Barbies growing up. Me too. And I would regularly, ask my dad how I could get lighter skin to look like my Barbies. And now a Latina is holding it down for the Barbie movie, one person tweeted. I'm so happy for those little girls who hopefully won't ask for lighter skin because they saw America taking up space. And when they say taking up space, they mean being known, being recognized, being seen. That's what they mean. All right, we made it to the end of the lesson. What do you think? Did that monologue resonate with you, or was it a little corny? Let me know down in the comments down below. And don't forget to grab your free PDF that comes along with today's lesson. The link is down in the description. It'll have all the keywords from today's lesson, so make sure you grab that, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.